Hey guys, so Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, is going through a storm right now, and things just got messier thanks to some wild courtroom drama. After Cassie got called out and slapped with a lawsuit by one of the so-called freak-off escorts, some jaw-dropping details started spilling, including secrets from Cassie's past love life that Alex might not have known about at all. Turns out, reports say Cassie was involved with multiple men before tying the knot with Alex. Now, that alone ain't all that wild, but the way the details came out in court, it hit like a bombshell. Word on the street is Alex was blindsided, and it's weighing on him heavy. Whispers are flying that Cassie allegedly had flings with more than 10 guys, and now folks online are roasting Alex for staying by her side through it all. But here's the big question. Why is all this surfacing now? And why are fans claiming there's a whole plot going on to drag Cassie down? Are her and Alex's marriage starting to crack under all this pressure? Let's break it down. It's honestly tough to watch, because Alex has been riding hard for Cassie ever since she filed her lawsuit. He stood solid during the Diddy trial, never switched up, even when people tried to paint him as her savior. He shut all that down fast, giving Cassie her flowers and backing her strength. He said, "I did not save Cassie, as some have said." To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from coercion and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. And all I have done is love her as she has loved me. So now everybody's wondering, what changed? And why are fans claiming Alex's energy has shifted? Well, it all seems to trace back to a fresh lawsuit filed by an escort named Clayton Howard, aka Dave, who claimed Cassie helped Diddy evict him. And that's when everything started spiraling. Dave is now claiming he wasn't just a random escort caught in the mess. He says he was victimized during those freak-offs. But here's where things take a sharp left. Dave is pointing the finger directly at Cassie, saying she wasn't just a victim like she claimed during the federal trial. She was actually Diddy's partner in crime. During the trial, Cassie painted a picture of being trapped. She admitted under oath that Diddy forced her to take part in freak-offs, even when she was on her period, and that he urinated on her. When the prosecutor asked, "Did you want to be urinated on?" she said, "No, I did not want it." When asked how it made her feel, she responded, "It was disgusting. It was too much. No one could think I wanted it." And when questioned about Diddy peeing in her mouth, she said, "Too much urine in my mouth. I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men." But now Dave is calling cap on all that. In his lawsuit, he's accusing Cassie of being a key player in everything that went down. According to him, Cassie wasn't just dragged into this, she ran the show. He claims she was the one hiring and paying the escorts, including himself, which, if true, could mean she was complicit in the whole operation. And if you kept up with the trial, you might remember that Dave's name came up more than once. Reports say Cassie actually planned and arranged these freak-offs herself. In one message thread, someone named Dave texted Cassie around 1:30 or 1:45 a.m., letting her know he had arrived at the meeting spot. About 6 hours later, he texted again saying, "Thanks, LOL. That location? It wasn't no casual meetup. It was allegedly for another one of those late-night freak-offs with Diddy." Now, here's the wild part. The trial officially wrapped up last week. Diddy dodged the major RICO charges, but still got hit with a few smaller convictions. And right after that verdict dropped, Dave came out swinging with a civil lawsuit of his own. The timing's no coincidence. This man was clearly just waiting in the shadows, lawsuit in hand, ready to drop it as soon as things settled. And when he finally made his move, he came in swinging with everything he had. Dave's lawsuit is not holding back, and Cassie finds herself caught right in the crossfire. According to Dave, Cassie wasn't just standing by during all the madness. She was deep in it. Everything we thought we knew from Diddy's trial is now getting flipped upside down, and folks are starting to question the whole story. Dave's version paints Cassie in a way more complicated light. It's got people rethinking her role and making things even harder for her husband, Alex Fine. The streets are buzzing that Cassie might not be as innocent as we were all led to believe. Dave claims she wasn't forced into any freak-offs at all. In fact, he says she loved it and took part willingly. He says the freak-offs with Diddy and Cassie started way back in 2009 and that they allegedly used him like some kind of entertainment puppet for their commercial fantasies. In an interview, he said they used him for the purposes of commercials, using me as entertainment to satisfy their fetishes and personal ambitions. But it didn't stop there. Dave also claims both Diddy and Cassie manipulated humiliated and traumatized him while being locked in their own toxic relationship. He says Cassie pressured him into taking ecstasy and having unprotected sex, and it gets darker. According to him, she made him touch himself for hours, leaving him with peeling skin, scabs, and serious pain. But here's where jaws really dropped. Dave says Cassie enjoyed the power she held over the escorts. He said she got a rush out of giving orders and calling the shots during the freak-offs. Reports say Clayton Howard, aka Dave, believes Cassie fully embraced Diddy's power, money, and clout, using all of it to control others for their own twisted gain. He even claimed he stayed involved with them for nearly a decade out of fear. He says he was financially vulnerable and terrified of what they might do if he walked away. And that's before we get to the part where he says Cassie forced him to sleep with her during her period and gave him an STI. Yes, you heard that right. Dave claims Cassie knowingly passed on an STI and forced him into intimate situations while she was menstruating. And just when you think that's the worst of it, there's more. He says Cassie allegedly got pregnant with his child and went through with terminating the pregnancy without telling him or getting his consent. According to Dave, that crossed a line, and now he wants justice. Dave's suing for everything: medical bills, emotional distress, mental trauma, lost income, and the loss of enjoyment of life. According to TMZ, he says all of this left him scarred, both physically and mentally. He's not just dragging Diddy through the mud, he's putting Cassie front and center in this legal firestorm. When asked why he didn't push for criminal charges against Cassie, Dave said the U.S. Attorney's Office already knew she was a co-conspirator, but ignored it because they were locked in on Diddy. He's calling them out, saying, "It's all about Diddy, Diddy, Diddy," and claiming nobody cared about male victims. Now it's looking like Cassie could be tried as an actual co-conspirator, which means she's going to be under intense heat. And here's the twist that's got everyone shook. Rumors are swirling that Dave's lawsuit might turn into a class action. Word is, over 10 former escorts are ready to come forward and take Cassie to court, saying she willingly helped Diddy run the whole operation. Alex Fine, meanwhile, is reportedly struggling with the weight of it all. Imagine hearing a group of men talking about their intimate history with your wife, the same woman raising your children. That's not something Alex ever thought he'd be facing, and it's messing with him deeply. Now, that doesn't mean he's turning on Cassie or walking away from their marriage, but he's horrified, shaken by what Cassie had survived, and terrified about her having to relive it all in another courtroom if this class action lawsuit moves forward. At this point, we have to ask, is this saga ever going to end? Or is Cassie going to be trapped in this mess for the rest of her life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This one is crazy. And don't forget to check out the next video. See you there.